very happy day 2 of 12 days of healing yoga. Today's theme is renew. And we're going to get into a lot of chest opening and heart opening and just really stretching into the front of the body. This entire series is healing. This entire series is meant to be very quieting, opening, calming, renewing. Just in tradition with this time of year. This time of year, everything gets a little quieter. Just waiting again for the warmer weather so that we can get back to work, get back to play, and get back to our lives. So let's start off. For every class, you should always have a nice blanket, a nice sturdy blanket. And we'll take this one today, and we're going to come into a heart opening pose, a very restorative held pose to begin with. So you'll take your nice thickly rolled blanket or beach towel, and you'll lay it down, and we're going to come down very slowly and carefully to lay the shoulder blades right there at the edge of the blanket. And then you're going to kind of roll up and off the blanket. Sometimes a little pillow or block under the head can feel very nice. If you're feeling too open here, just lessen the roll of your blanket. I'm actually going to do that. And then once you have your shoulders open, your arms open, let your knees open as well for round angle pose. And bringing arms out into cactus arms, or as I like to call them, gratitude arms. Palms facing up. Let your fingers soften and your jaw soften and start to fill the belly, the heart, and the lungs, using the assistance of your blanket to help you to stretch into your sternum, stretch into the front of your ribs, and stretch into your belly. And if it's in your practice, or perhaps your yearly tradition to set a resolution, or in your practice to set an intention, sometimes they can be the same thing. What are you hoping to get out of your practice today? What are you hoping to bring into your life in the new year? Where can you release and let go of unnecessary baggage, stagnancy? One more slow, easy breath. Fill. And then release. Knees come together. And just to one side or the other, you'll gently roll off the blanket and then come right back down. And hug knees to your chest, bring your spine back to neutral. And Slowly rock on up. We're going to come into a 3-minute breath practice called Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire is this rapid breathing where the exhale becomes the prominent part of the breath and the inhale becomes fairly passive. It's almost like panting like a dog through your nose. And as a matter of fact, we're going to use the first minute of our breath of fire and pant out of our mouth, almost exactly like a dog, and really get that rhythm and really get some stagnancy moving. When you're wanting to renew, you really have to release. So we're going to use breath of fire as this way to neutralize and brighten all of our energy. So we're going to neutralize the negative and brighten the energy. We're going to come into a held gratitude arm where we're going to really open up through the chest. You can also raise the arms up overhead if you'd like, or keep your arms at your hips as a modification. I'm on my knees here in lightning bolt pose. Just because that's more comfortable for my spine when I know I'm going to be holding my arms up. You can also come to easy pose or sit in a chair. Taking blanket, I'm going to just kind of sit there on my blanket in between heels and hips for some comfort. And I'll set the timer here. So the breath of fire, you're really exhaling strongly. The first minute we're going to go out of the mouth, and then the next 2 minutes we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. So it's quite the interesting breath experience here. But for 3 minutes, we're really going to concentrate there on bringing a strong exhale and a fairly passive inhale, even though you are helping the inhale just a little bit. Breath of fire is one of those breaths that is simple to learn and takes a lifetime to master. There's always another layer to this breath, so don't let it be too complicated. I'll start our timer here, sitting nice and tall. You're going to bring arms out, and anytime, if you'd like, you can bring them to your hips or bring them up overhead. 3 minutes right here, really concentrating on opening through your heart as you pump the breath at the diaphragm. And we'll go for that first minute with mouth open. Now keep going, and I'm going to come a little bit closer and show the jumping of the belly here as you breathe. It's right there at the diaphragm, at the bottom of the ribs, where you're forcing the exhale out and the inhale just comes in nice and passive. Keep going, listen to the sound of that breath. Keep your arms up, brighten the energy. Take 3 more breaths through the mouth, and then we're going to change to that closed mouth and nostril breathing. So let your mouth close. You can even slow the breathing down now that you've switched and just get the hang of it again. Feel that coming in and up of the diaphragm. And it's just 2 more minutes, not even, more than halfway there here. If arms get tired, see if you can convince them to be lighter. Just feel as though you could hold your arms up all day long. It just mind over matter, literally here. Let your arms be light. Last minute, keep going, energize, renew. Last 30 seconds, give yourself a thumbs up, straighten the elbows, bring it up and into ego eradicator. Let it be easy, let your arms be light. You are doing great. 20 seconds. Inhale deeply from the base of your spine all the way up. Hold the breath in, squeeze everything midline. Let your thumbs come to touch overhead. Out of the mouth, big exhale. Let your arms come down. And let's come to rest in child's pose. Extend your arms forward. Let your breath come back to normal. And feel free to stretch out on your belly if you'd like to take the bend out of your knees. 5 slow, easy breath. Come back to your own natural rhythm. Feel that energy, that coolness at the nose. Feel that six-pack start to manifest itself just with the power of your breath. Very strengthening for the upper abs, that one is. 3 more slow breaths. And slowly come on up. And it's time to take the socks off. If you have them on, we'll be moving up and into downward facing dog. Chilly Wisconsin morning here, a little bundled up. Make your way into downward dog and just pedal it out. Spread out through your fingers and press into the palms of your hands as the hips lift. Supporting half your weight in your arms, now in your shoulders. Anytime you need to, you'll come down to your knees and take a breath. But move gently here as though you're stretching into the back of the body, which is exactly what you are doing. Come to tiptoes, bend your knees. 2 more breaths. And slowly walk your feet forward, about as wide as the mat. And we'll hang in a nice lazy rag doll. Hands can dangle to the earth or hold opposite elbows. Really breathe into your belly here. Your knees are so bent that belly and maybe even chest are touching or almost touching the thighs. Make your way to a half lift, standing table, hands to the shins. Lengthen out through the tailbone. Lengthen out through the crown of the head, the back of the neck, long shoulder blades back and down. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold in, knees can bend. And all the way up, press into the feet. Reach through the arms, stretch the arms up. And then interlace your hands, let them come to rest on the top of your head, feet hip distance. Take a little bend in your knees. And just take a few slow breaths in this version of Tadasana pose. Notice how the weight is distributed in your feet. Feel equal. Lengthen through the spine, the back of the neck, and take a few purposeful breaths into the side ribs. Feet are staying where they are or a little bit wider. You're going to move here with the breath. Hands are going to stay resting on the top of the head, elbows pressing out. If arms become tired here, you'll bring arms to your hips. Otherwise, slowly inhale as you bring left elbow toward left hip, right elbow up toward the sky, and exhale, other side. And just go with the flow of your breath here. Waking up into some spinal flexion. Inhaling left, finding the stretch. Exhaling right, finding the stretch. Feet pressing in, legs are sturdy. Keep going. Without breaking your rhythm, come into gratitude arms. Inhaling left and exhaling right. Concentrate on that line from your shoulders to your elbows. Try to stay nice and open. Inhale left. Exhale right. A few more. Now, without breaking your breath, your pace, hands come to your hips. Same movement. Inhale left. Exhale right. And slowly come to center, hands stay on the hips. We're going to start to move in a hula hoop hip. As you inhale, rock forward, and exhale, roll back. Even look down at your feet. You want the movement to be coming from your ankles. Rolling forward into the hips, the pelvis, rolling back into the sacrum, the tailbone. Feet are as wide as you'd like them to be. Really get into the hip joint movement here, just opening up some stagnancy. Stay lifted through the heart, through the chest, maybe even through your gaze, looking up. And take a few more, same direction. And start to go the other way. Inhaling forward, lifting through the chest. Exhaling as you roll back. And back to center. Come to stand in a quiet Tadasana pose, arms at your sides. Feet can come together. Lengthen through the back of your body. Stay lifted through the front of your body. And step the feet hip distance. I went a little wider than hip distance there. Little bend into your knees, and we're going to move in and out through half salutes. This very big feeling of lifting energy as we come up and reach, and releasing energy as we fold in. Pay attention to your forward fold. Make sure you're staying safe through the spine. Little bend through the knees, and you stay in your flat back as you fold in. And then you pause when the spine starts to round. And hopefully as we move in and out, you'll be able to come slower and lower into that forward fold. So feet pressing in, arms at your sides, open through the chest. You want to strive to stay open through the chest even as you fold in. Inhale, bring energy up. And exhale, fold forward. Release stagnancy, hands can touch the earth. Inhale, half lift, legs are long, spine is long. Exhale, fold in, hands touch the earth, knees can bend. All the way up, press through the feet, reach through the arms, lift. And right away, exhale, fold in, let it go. Half lift, everything lengthens. Exhale, fold in, touch the earth, release. All the way up, press through the feet, reach, palms press together. Exhale, fold in, slow and easy with the breath. Half lift, inhale. Fold in, exhale. All the way up, inhale, reach. Fold in, exhale, keep going. Half lift. And fold. All the way up. And fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold in and exhale. All the way up, press through the feet, reach the arms. This time, as you exhale, interlace the fingers, rest them on the top of your head. Take a few breaths here. Pause in stillness and breathe deeply. Release your arms down. Feet are going to come wider than hip distance, pretty wide. And step out nice and long onto your mat. Lift up into your toes and really firm the legs. The knees and toes are going slightly outward in the same direction. And take a little test bend here, and as you bend into your knees, make sure your feet feel like they're in the same position, because the feet aren't going to move here as we move into a little flow with our breath to lift energy. So feet are going to stay planted. Make sure, again, that you feel nice and supported as you come into a squat. Knees stay behind the ankles and stay pressing in the same direction as your toes. As you inhale, the knees are going to bend, the arms are going to reach. And we're going to twist. As you exhale, legs straighten and you twist to the right. Arms come down. Inhale, knees bend, arms come up through the center. Then exhale, twist left, legs straighten, arms come down. And go with the flow. Inhale. and twist. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. All the movements of the spine here, really just finding energy, increasing energy, and letting it be renewing for us. Keep going. Inhale, eyes can close. Exhale as the legs straighten, arms come down, spine twists. Inhale, knees bend, arms reach, everything comes center. Exhale, twist. Back to center, bend into the knees. Inhale. Knees stay bent. Exhale, fold forward, touch the earth. All the way up, press through the feet, reach through the arms. Come on up, knees stay bent. Exhale, fold in, knees stay bent. The legs aren't moving at all for this one. Just let it be all about torso and arms. Inhale, feet press in, arms reach up, lift. Exhale, let it go. A few more. Exhale, fold in, knees stay bent. Bring the palms of your hands to the earth or maybe fingertips. Right toes are gonna press out and slowly walk the hands over. Drop yourself into a little runner's stretch. Take a breath. Hands can be on the inside or the outside of your foot, maybe framing. I kept my hands on the inside of my foot. It'll just make it easier for traveling. We're going to come up through center. And the feet pivot, the body pivots and come to the other side. A little runner's stretch. Just press and breathe. And get into a flow here. Inhale through center, feet pivot. Exhale to a runner's stretch, nice and slow. Looking at this as stretching and finding space, not really as this race of getting it done. Inhale through center, eyes can close. Focus in on that stretch through your hips. One more, each side. Travel over to your right foot. Find your runner's stretch. Right, left hand stays pressing in. Right hand reaches up, find a twist. Inhale, really open through the heart, through the lungs. Exhale, right fingertips to the earth. Inhale, reach up, twist open. Exhale, fingertips to the earth. 3 more, keep going. Find that twist, grow long. Exhale, fingertips down. Last 2. Travel back through center, over to the left. Right hand now pressing into the earth to provide that support. Left arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale, fingertips to the earth. 4 more, nice and long. Legs are firm, really strong in your support here as you open through the chest. Again, this lovely spinal twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last 2. Travel back through center, hang in a forward fold. Hands can come to the earth, to your ankles, wherever you are comfortable. Feet pressing in firmly, feel that stretch. Half lift, hands, fingers to the floor or to your shins. Inhale. Stay in your half lift, hands to your hips. Exhale. And then nice and firm, slowly come on up. Heel toe those feet back together. Give yourself a little ankle roll. And we're going to find our blanket here. And we're going to come into a series of crescent lunges. If that back knee doesn't want to be on the earth, you'll just come back into that runner stretch variation that we just went into. Otherwise, we're going to bring the blanket down into a nice thick pad and come to kneel on it. And kneeling in a hip distance manner, as though we're in a kneeling Tadasana pose. So knees are hip distance, hands come to your sides, shoulder blades back and down, and just be long in the back of your neck and open through your heart and chest. This kind of class of opening through the chest is also just a great way to stand taller. We carry tightness through our chest, which rounds our shoulders, and those muscles are so strong. It takes a little bit of effort to really open up. So in this kneeling position, we're gonna swim backwards a few times and just create a little bit more movement through the shoulder joints itself. Just one arm at a time, slow and easy breath. And forward swimmers, really notice your range of motion. Notice any tightness or releasing you might hear. And hands come to your hips, nice and comfortable. And moving in to a lunge, weight presses to the left knee and right foot comes forward. And find a 90-degree bend to begin with before you go any deeper. Just find this 90-degree bend, and then we're going to kickstand that left knee out, or that left ankle out, and come into this kind of half version of Warrior 2. I'm actually going to switch sides so that I'm mirroring you. So right knee presses out, left knee presses in. And take your hands and kind of press yourself open here. Lift through the heart and lungs. Look up toward the sky and just breathe here. You're actively pressing right knee open and left hip back. And then move gently into that hip. Lunging in this sideways kneeling warrior. And slowly coming up, we'll face front again. And this time, that right ankle, you can kind of scooch forward as you come into that lunge. We're going for now that stretch through the front left hip flexor. If knee on the ground is not good for you, you'll come up into that runner stretch here and just hold here. Hopefully knee on the floor is okay. And we'll come up into gratitude arms. Inhale here, open, lift the heart. Exhale, curl and round. Touch the ground. Curl the spine over that knee. Inhale, press into the feet, lift up, gratitude arms, open the heart. Exhale, curl and round. It's almost a cat-cow feeling here as you round and curl over that leg. A few more. Open up. Exhale, release. 2 more. Last one, open, 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 breathe. Exhale, slowly bring the fingers down. Bring that right knee back, press back, child's pose. Take a few breaths, arms reach forward. Slowly come up. We'll find that tall kneeling position again. Knees hip distance, tops of the feet pressing in, hands to your hips. Take a slow and easy breath. Weight shifts to the left knee. Right knee steps forward. Weight shifts to the right knee. Left knee steps forward. Finding that 90-degree bend. Just establishing that position. And then right ankle is going to open up so that you find that nice lunging warrior 2, and hand to the knee, hand to the hip, and press back, lift up through the heart, through the lungs, and through your base. Moving gently forward and back, still supporting yourself on the hip, on the knee. Just open space. And back to center. You're going to come back into that low lunge. That front foot now stepping forward just a little bit so that you can lunge deeper, finding that stretch in the back hip flexor. Arms to your gratitude, and take a nice inhale, lift the heart, back bend. Exhale, curl and round, hands to the earth. Go with the flow of your breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, round, close. Release. Inhale, 3 more. And exhale. 2 more. Slowly bring hands to the earth. Step that knee back, child's pose. Bring your knees nice and wide this time for a wide child's pose. Toes together, arms extending forward. Try to get into that stretch in the inner thighs and hips that this wide version of child's pose can bring. Slowly come on up. Knees come back together, blanket moves out of your way, and we'll come down onto our back. Hug your knees to your chest. Take a few breaths here in grounding pose. Feel your hips, your spine, and your shoulders meet the earth. Just roll here gently, side to side. Feet come down, planting the soles of your feet knee distance and hip distance, knees staying bent. And then hands come to rest at your sides. We're going to move into rolling bridge here, just lifting and lowering hips. And you want to have the support of the arms. This is a very replenishing and renewing move for the digestive systems, the circulatory system, the respiratory system. It's good for brain health and so wonderful for the spine as well. So pressing into your feet, make sure as you're doing this that the knees stay where they are. They have this tendency to go outward or maybe inward, and you want to create this nice steady base. As you inhale, hips lift, and you roll up as high as you can onto your shoulder blades, trying to bring your chest toward your chin. And as you exhale, you roll slowly down. This is a place where you might feel as though you're getting a chiropractic adjustment, and here all of your spine start to sing to you. Inhaling as you come up, pressing the hips up, pressing the chest toward the chin. Exhaling as you roll down, and just go with your breath here. Go with the flow of your breath. Try not to turn your head left or right, just keeping your whole spine nice and centered. 5 more rounds. Press those hips up. We'll hold our bridge pose. Shoulders can roll a little closer together. You can even come to clasp your hands under those hips. Sides of the hands press in, wrists press in, hips lift up. Just slow and easy breath here. Three more breaths. Press into those feet, lift up through the hips, recommit to this lovely inversion. And and slowly lower down, hands move out of the way. And hug your knees to your chest. You can come up for a happy baby if you'd like. Either stay here in Apanasana or feet reach up, hugging into the thighs, or reaching up and finding the outside edges of your feet. Tailbone pressing down toward the earth. You can give a little soft sway to the hips and see what else you can open up. Soles of the feet come together, upside down butterfly, press those knees away. And then feet come down, bring them as wide as your mat, knees are bent. Arms out to a T shape. And in this position, press into the feet, lift up through the hips just an inch, and shift them over just an inch to the left. So hips lifted up from center and shifted over about an inch from center. And then let your knees fall to the right. Find this beautiful twist through your spine. Right ankle can come across the left thigh if you'd like. Turn and look over the left shoulder and bring your right hand to your heart. Slow, easy breathing in this spinal twist. Breathe into your belly. Pull that fullness all the way up into your heart, your throat, your shoulders. A few more breaths here. Just feel the weight of your hand resting on your chest. Really breathe into that space. Slowly release back to center. Don't rush to the second side. Just come to center. Bring yourself back to neutral. Roll the hips a few times. Feet press in, hips lift just an inch and shift over to the right just an inch. Feet are as wide as the mat for comfort. And then your knees fall over to the left. You can cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Turn and look over the right shoulder. And then left hand comes to your heart. Breathing into your belly. Breathing into your lungs. Just taking this opportunity to breathe front, back, center, sides. Just renew. Slowly come back to center, unwinding. Excuse me. And hug your knees to your chest one more time. Feel that sense of groundedness at the back of your body. And slowly stretch your legs out. Put your socks back. Cover up with a blanket. Just make sure you feel nice and comfortable here for Shavasana, allowing eyes to close. The breathing remains nice and slow, feeling the whole body just rest here in this final position, lying flat on your back. Just allowing all of that energy that you moved in practice today to leave with the exhales. Usually it's that stagnancy that we start to move up and out. Try to lie as completely still as you can. Feel everything soften into the earth, allowing this sense of rest, of renewal, and of release. Start to deepen your breath. Feel into the lungs, just creating this space and sense of gratitude for this time you had to heal. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And start to move arms and legs. And hug your knees to your chest. As you're ready, come on up into a seated position, rolling to one side or just rolling on up. Hands at your heart in a gesture of gratitude. It's gratitude for this time that we had to heal and renew. And we'll end class with the sound of 3 ohms. As you inhale, feel love come toward you. As you exhale, the sound of Om, send that love back out. Inhale. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste. Thank you very much for being here. See you tomorrow for day 3, 6 o'clock. We'll go into some balance.